Hey everybody, what's up? I'm here with Sean and James on the Beastcoast Pokemon channel, and today we are ranking the hardest Pokemon main series video games. So we're gonna get down and dirty and discuss this and see who we think is hardest to beat in the Elite Four, the trainers, the Pokemon, the training, everything, and beating the full game. So let's get into this and rank our top 3 hardest Pokemon main series games.
Yeah, so I think our top 3 should be well within, like, my head is telling me there's about 5 games that could potentially be in the top 3 or 5 sets of games. I'm just gonna blurt out my top 3 are V2W2 Challenge Mode, BDSP, and USUM. I don't know if that's any different for you guys, but
I was definitely going to put Gold and Silver up there.
Really?
It might be because I was younger, but also the final boss battle with Red also sticks out to me. But then again, that's if you want to count that as like beating the game or post game. But yeah, I know there's also Diamond and Pearl, the original, was hard for me. Also, you know, the Elite Four gets stronger the second time around, but I haven't finished BDSP and you guys have, and you said that it's kind of the same thing in BDSP, but maybe even
there's
harder,
actually
so.
3 rounds in BDSP, so it kind of adds on even more difficulty than Diamond and Pearl did.
So I'm just going to vouch for Diamond and Pearl and let BDSP overrank that for me. But I was going to say Gold and Silver, so I'm curious to see what James thinks.
Oh wait, you didn't mention the third one. You mentioned
third
two.
one?
Yeah.
The third one was kind of hard for me. I know Black and White 2 has the challenge mode, but I honestly don't have memory of playing that myself just because I didn't like Black and White 2. But I also think that the original generation, Red and Blue, was hard. I felt like they held your hand less, but again, that could be like me remembering playing it when I was 6 years old and thinking it was hard then.
I can definitely feel that.
I forgot we had a Gen 5 hater here.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm actually very much, I think, in the same position as Chaotic, actually. I would say third hardest game is Pokemon Black and White 2 Challenge Mode. I wasn't sure if we were including Challenge Mode since I was thinking we were doing Basic. Second one would be Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. And then the first one would be the Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Yeah, that's basic. Yeah, that's the exact same list I have. Even though B2W2 has the challenge mode, I still think it's easier just due to the sheer myriad of encounters that you get from like a ton of different areas. The openness of the decks makes it a little bit easier to team build. Nuzlocke sense, it does make it a little harder. Like if I'm talking from the Nuzlocke perspective.
Nuzlocke Black and White might be harder, right? Because the beginning you get very few encounters. Wait.
No, I think that USUM is definitely harder because
no. I was talking about Black 2, White 2.
Oh well, yeah, in third place, yes. Yeah, for that, I definitely think it's still difficult. But you do get really good encounters, definitely starting off. Like if you get Azuro on Flossie Ranch, like right above Route 20. And it has huge power when it evolves, you have won the game.
So you guys are ranking BDSP number 1, right?
No, we're ranking them number 2.
And number 1's Black and
Ultra,
White 2.
No, Ultra Sun,
Ultra Moon.
Ultra Sun.
Oh, okay, and Black and White 2 with the challenge.
Yes.
Third place, yeah.
You think it's fair to count the challenge mode?
I think so. It's a game mechanic. If the mechanic is there.
Game, right?
Even without challenge mode, I would still probably put Black and White 2 as the third hardest game realistically. Like, I think it's probably harder than most of the other games. I think even in regular vanilla form.
I can justify like Emerald possibly being harder than Black 2, White 2 base, but not harder than challenge mode.
No, I mean, when I see Emerald, I think the gym leaders. I looked at regular Emerald because I played Emerald Kaizo a lot, and then when I looked at regular Emerald, I'm like, they still have a Swablu for Winona, and then these.
No, Winona had an Altaria. No, Emerald was kind of crazy because your first gym leader, Roxanne, had 3 Pokemon. The only other games that really had 3 Pokemon on their first gym leader was Black 2, White 2 challenge mode because Charen.
Come on. No, what rock types I think aren't that hard. I think
they're not
regardless.
hard, but like then go a little bit further. Watson is the 3rd gym leader, but has 4 Pokemon. That's kind of unheard of in like prior games. Because look at Brock. Brock has 2. Misty has 2. Surge has 3. Erica has 3. It doesn't go to 4 members until Gym 5, but you're already at Gym 3 in Emerald. Same thing with Gen 2, because Faulkner has 2. Bugsy has 2. Whitney has 2. Morty has 4, but they're all the same evolution line, and 3 of them are not fully evolved. So, and they're all weak to the same thing, so you just sweep.
Maybe I'm thinking of vanilla. Hold on. I might be thinking of vanilla.
I think you might be thinking of Ruby and Sapphire.
Yeah,
Ruby and Sapphire's teams are just total easy.
Yeah, let me double check.
Like Flannery is completely different because you have 2 Slugmas and a Torkoal in Ruby Sapphire, whereas in Emerald she has a freaking Camerupt, like she should.
No. She does have a Swablu. She has a Swablu and Altaria.
Yeah, she has a Swablu the first time you battle her in Emerald.
All right, hold on. Winona Emerald.
The first time you battle her, it's Swablu, Sylvius, Pelipper, Skarmory, Altaria. Then when you battle her again, there's no Swablu.
Like, I don't.
Okay.
I'm looking at the gym list. I don't think this is hard. I think Flannery's free.
I could have sworn that she had a Swellow, but she had Swellow in Ruby Sapphire. So
Yeah.
I was mixing the 2 teams up. But yeah, still though, 5 Pokemon. Like, in Norman, like, Norman's probably a little bit easier because, like, Slacking, you can just do protect strats with it and kill it. But I definitely think that Emerald has a little bit of an edge over Black 2, White 2, normal. Especially because of the league. Look at the league in Black 2, White 2, normal. All of the members only have 4 Pokemon. All of the members in the E4 of Emerald have 5, and the champion has 6. Sure, of course, Iris has 6 too, but that's all champions.
I mean, I'm looking at the gyms. I mean, I remember Black and White 2 had a few run killers. Emerald, kind of. I guess a double battle with Tantalizer could be a bit trickier in playing Emerald. Maybe the Norman. I think Winona was free. Flannery was free. I honestly think Watson's free pretty much as long as you have a ground type, and you can really easily get those with like Geodude, Rock Smash stuff. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really looked at the Elite Four. Looks like Juan's pretty free as well.
Yeah, I think the only difficult thing from Juan is Kingdra, because you might not, I mean, you're probably not going to have access to You don't have access to Bagon by this point, because you need Waterfall to get it from Meteor Falls.
Yeah, I just remember, like, I think what really set me, I think one of the hardest parts of Black and White 2 as a run killer was, like, Drayden / Iris. I think the Dragonette's Haxorus, I believe I think she still has a vanilla, I'm pretty sure.
Drayden's still the gym leader, but Iris is the champion.
Oh, yeah, right. I'm thinking regular Black and White, but he still has the Dragonette's Haxorus, right?
Yeah, the Dragon Dance Haxorus is still pretty crazy. Especially, I think it has a base 162 attack or 167, if I recall correctly. Like, that thing is sky high for like that point in the game.
Yeah, and I think the run killer in Getsus was like way more threatening than like Archie or Maxie and like Vanilla Emerald. So,
yeah, I mean, I still stand by that. Like the later battles of Emerald, I mean, in Black 2, White 2 normal mode should be easy enough with the quality of encounters. The quality of encounters in Emerald is lower, and therefore makes those battles a little bit harder. In terms of like when you're looking at it from a perspective of you just have a weaker power level.
Yeah, I think it's fair to include the challenge mode for Black and White 2 to make that number 3.
I love how half of this video is just being like, it's just challenge mode count, but no, I think I am going to make it's a game mechanic. It's a game mechanic. I
want to make a final stand for the red battle in Gold and Silver, defining that as a hard game.
His highest level Pokemon is a Pikachu. It doesn't even hold a light ball. It holds a light ball in HPS.
Level 77 Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise.
The only difficult part about it is you're probably just underleveled at that point, for the most part.
If you don't know it's there, you're gonna be underleveled. But if you don't know it's there, how are you gonna find it?
Yeah. True.
So that's my plus. I hate Gen 2. Gen 2 can die in a fire. So okay.
So I'm gonna be kind of like the viewer's voice potentially, since I'm the card game guy and definitely less versed and just poor memory about the video games, I think. So what makes Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon harder than the others that makes it number one?
Ultra Necrozma being a run killer if you don't get Zorua from the frickin' trainer school.
Are we only talking Nuzlocke though?
No, I mean in general.
I think in general it's still hard.
Yeah, it's still
regardless.
in general, but like when you look at it from the Nuzlocke perspective, I definitely think that Ultra Necrozma screws any run.
I think it's like just the hardest game in general. There's like a few things. Yeah, there are like no gym layers. I think the Kahunas are pretty free, but some of the totem Pokemon are absolutely devastating to fight, especially with the stat boost, the fact that they can summon other Pokemon. And like the Lurantis is basically a run killer at that point.
God, yeah.
You have
I remember I almost lost a run. I lost 5 Pokemon to that Lurantis. I was almost done.
I think the scariest ones are the Lurantis, Ultra Necrozma. The Rabombi is even a problem. Like I would
say even the
one was
Gumshoes
hard.
or Raticate at the beginning. It's a fully evolved Mon that early on. You do not have the firepower to be taking hits from 2 Pokemon at that point.
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely quite a bit harder there. Like, I don't remember too much about the boss fights between Guzma. I think Guzma was like okay for the most part. Lusamine,
Guzma was a little bit difficult. Like, I think Golisopod is still something that you don't really, have an easy answer for. I think it gets Swords Dance in like his last fight, during the main story, and just an emergency exit being just a crazy ability because you're not taking that thing out in one shot. Sorry, you're not.
yeah, I think it's just the totem Pokemon's made it extremely tough. And the champion's actually not bad. I mean, the Elite Four itself, I think, is pretty manageable, but champion itself, like the fact that you can it's randomized, right? I'm pretty sure.
No, How is always the first opponent. It's Kukli in Base Sun and Moon, How and Sun Ultra Moon.
Can he change teams? I thought he could change teams.
The challenger can change based on how many times you go through the Elite Four.
Okay.
Completely forgetting about the totem Pokemon. And so basically Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon were having like a bad taste in my mouth for being difficult because there aren't gym leaders and it's the island people instead. And now that you're bringing up totem Pokemon, I'm remembering that those definitely add a level of difficulty that it's a layer that other games just don't have.
Yeah, like Totem Togedemaru as well is like Electric Steel is kind of hard to deal with if you don't have a good enough encounter for that. Like that thing's a wall kind of. I think the only one we really haven't gone over is BDSP in second place, because look at those Elite Four freaking movesets, items, EVs, the EV spreads on those. I will continue to harp on Flame Orb, Marvel Scale, Milotic from Cynthia. Being able to increase the defense by 50% while also having Mirror Coat to defend against special attacks with Milotic's natural bulk. You're just you're going to get killed by that thing no matter what, because you hit it with a physical attack, you're not hitting it hard enough. And if you hit it with a special attack, it's hitting you back for double. So
And they get stronger twice, right? Like you can rematch them and then rematch them again.
Yeah, Cynthia becomes one of the. I think she like her Garchomp hits the equal level to Pikachu in HGSS on the third fight. And she officially became like the hardest NPC fight.
Yeah, her lowest level Pokemon's level 84, and Garchomp is an 88.
Garchomp is a beast. If I recall correctly, I think the moveset on it is like. It has Dragon Dance and both Dragon Claw. I think it's Dragon Claw or Outrage.
It's Swords Dance.
Swords
Dragon
Dance.
Claw,
Okay.
Earthquake, Poison.
Earthquake, Poison Jab. Yep. Poison Jab is just fairy coverage.
She also has Togekiss with leftovers, so that's like pretty tanky. And
yeah, she does add in the Togekiss because she doesn't have that in her base fight. She has. I think which one did she replace for that? I think it was either Gastrodon.
Gastrodon, yep, the Gastrodon.
And these things are also EVs, EV trained.
Yep. So
Yeah,
actually, all the boss fights, I believe, were Eevee trained. Maybe not the
They
first few
start
gym
with,
leaders.
I think it starts on like the third gym leader. You start seeing a couple of EVs come in. Then they start going, and you see Byron with like Trick Room. The fact that a gym leader is using Trick Room strats at that level,
being in like the base game is sick.
yeah. Candace having Aurora Veil on Snow Warning Obama Snow, so it doesn't have to set up Hail before it sets up dual screens with one attack, is really broken. And Volkner, despite having only that Diamond and Pearl team that we all make fun of him for having Ambipom and Octillery, that makes his team more diverse and makes it a little bit harder to take out. Especially because of how hard Ambipom hits with double hit. That is a deadly move. I have learned from my 3 or 4 Nuzlocke that I've done, Monotype Nuzlocke in BDSP. Not a fun Pokemon to be going against.
Yeah, some of the held items are absolutely ridiculous in the movesets. Cyrus also got buffed the second time around, even though they gave him a Quick Claw Crobat. I don't know why they gave him a Quick Claw Crobat.
Yeah.
But I think they gave like Weavile a Chopple, if I'm not mistaken. Doesn't help, but like
Weavile's only dark
friendly.
type move during that is Fling, which makes it even worse.
But
yeah, the Cyrus fights are not that hard when you actually know the moveset.
I think the fact that they just have Eevee trained Mons for the most part and some held items just make it way more difficult. Like some of their sets are still questionable, but I feel like in most Pokemon games, like it'll be a case. But the Elite Four definitely is probably one of the hardest, if not the hardest, in potential, just general vanilla Pokemon games.
Yeah.
Yep,
So
and
I
I
think
agree with
we
that.
are. I think we're finishing it with Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon at number 1, BDSP at number 2, and Black and White, Black and 2 with challenge mode. But arguably, it could even be there without challenge mode for our top 3 hardest games.
Yeah. And I mean, if you want, I would say that if we weren't including challenge mode, like B2, W2, normal, and Emerald could be tied. I would probably go with that. But your list is just a little. I mean, it's wildly different compared to ours, Luke, because experience more being with the trading card game when with the video game, and the childhood nostalgia goggles definitely kind of hits because of course, like you said, red and blue, gold and silver. You're 27, I'm 21, like James is 22. I grew up, my first Pokemon game was Fire Red Leaf Green, so that was like I beat it when I was 4 years old. I didn't think it was that hard. But like in comparison, like my top 3 I thought were like, okay, this is big boy stuff. I also with Black 2 White 2, I imported the Japanese copy of Black 2, so I was playing with a language barrier too. That kind of hits you a little bit when your first playthrough you can't understand a darn thing you're doing.
All right, so there you hear it, folks. That's our top 3 hardest Pokemon main series games of all time. And of course, we want to hear from you. What do you think the hardest games of the Pokemon main series are of all time? Did we get it right? Did we get it wrong? Was I looking through these nostalgia glasses, as Sean said? Let us know in the comments down below. And thank you so much for watching our video today here on Beastcoast Pokemon. I'm Luke with Sean and James, and we'll see you next time.